So when God sent us here into this country to catch these souls for Jesus, right? And then the same way, in turn, we can't be present everywhere, right? So in turn, we are sending you into your cities to catch souls. So maybe you think we are staying there, we are living in that city, but you physically you are living, but spiritually you were sent by God. God is using us to send you into your cities to work for the Lord, so to reach out souls. So when you are there, when you are praying for the souls in your city to be saved, so sometimes what happens is, because when you are sent means you've been given delegated authority to work in your city. So when things will happen, the testing, you will go through testing. The main thing is enemy do not want you to stand in your position, because once you are sent by God, it means you are positioned in that city. So then enemy in that city become illegal for the enemy to rule that city, because he has no right to rule the city, because whoever sent by God, they only have power and authority to rule that city. So if no one is there, then naturally enemy can act as if he is the owner. Same way, right? Like when there is a house, empty house, no one is living in that house. Someone can get in that house and start living as if it is their own house. Till somebody comes, till owner, not someone, not just somebody who walks in. He is not afraid of those people. But if someone, owner, I'm talking, owner of that house comes in, then the people who are till and living as owners, pretending as owners, when the actual owner walks in, very shaky and will be ashamed, and he has to run. He has to leave. So in the same way, cities also ruled by devil. Why? Because the right ownership people are not coming. Who owns them? The one who was sent by God. Because actually who owns Jesus? He is the owner. But Jesus is, in behalf of him, he's sending us. So when he is sending us, we become the owners now. When you come, you have to act as you are the owner. You can't tell that, no, somebody, no. Okay, somebody is sending you, but when you are there, you need to act as you are the owner there. Then only the devil will be afraid of you. So then that's why when you are sent into this city, into a particular city, then the enemy position becomes very, very shaky, very shaky. So, but there will be testing, like before you actually rooted and grounded in your position, there will be always testing. Okay, I'll repeat. Because I'm talking about cell groups now. So whoever, meaning everybody, I'm telling everybody who are sent by God in the beginning, they will go through testings. Testings are like that. Like the testing is all about for you to give up your position, whatever God has given to you. That is all testing. Because ultimately that's what people are going to feel. Okay, enough is enough, I'll just quit. That's the ultimate word. When people get fed up, I get tired of problems, trials, that's the word they get from their mouth. The word they get is, I give up. I just give up. Never, that's why I'm telling you, never let that word come out of your mouth. Why do you give up? Because of the devil? You know, is God asking you to give up?
No.
God put you there. Why do you want to give up? Right? Then, if you are telling you give up, what does it mean, you know? You are the owner of the house. You are telling that I give up this ownership, so anyone can walk in and take this house. If you are telling you give up means, you giving up that city. Means what? I don't care, these people in this city, let them go to hell. Enemy is so happy when you say that word, you give up. Then enemy thinks, I can have them all. So this is all about souls. Love for city means what? Love for souls. So why disciples gone through a lot of persecution? Because they love people, they love the lost. So what they did is, you beat me, you do anything to me, even death comes, even you kill me, I'm not going to give up these people. That is how they laid their life for the people. You know? So that's why when you do work, always if you have relationship with God, you always think work is not from people. We don't come into the picture. It's not the pastor, it's not the members of the church. They don't come into the picture. If you have relationship with God, you always consider things this way. Oh, this is God given me this work, right? I need to be faithful to God because He entrusted these souls to me. This city, the people in this city, God entrusted to me. I am answerable for these people. So I have to be faithful to my Father. You know, that's how David worked. Those sheep are Father's sheep. He was taking care of. That's not his own sheep, but even his father's sheep, he felt they are my sheep because it's my Father. They are my sheep. So God is looking at us. It's like don't work like a hired workers. That's what the good shepherd is, a shepherd who feels sheep are their own. They don't work like a hired workers. Hired workers are hired worker only, all the time. See, when their lives are in danger, they run away. When it comes to their life, anything in the work, in the job, when it is started attacking your life, you give up easily. Then you run away. Who cares, the sheep? Why should I risk my life for these sheep? Who is going to work here? They run away. But a son do not run away. Hired workers will run away. Sons don't run away. Sons very faithful to their father. How can they leave their father? Sons are sons. They pay the price, they give their life, but they don't run away. So all of you should work like a sons for this house. We should not work like a hired workers for this house, sons of this house, right? So if you are a son, you really take responsibility of the lost souls and work for their sake. Love them like they're your own children, and pay the price for them. Never give up because of trials you're going through. because of attacks you're going through. But think about souls all the time. Okay? So then when you do like that, what happens? Now everyone is in that stage only. We are in testing stage now. You're still not grounded firmly into your cities, anybody. You're still in the testing period only, everybody. So the day you pass every test in your life, and you tell your God like this, God, no matter what it is, God, but I will never give up these souls, God. I will never give up these souls. I will work for you. I want to be faithful to you. Till you give me these souls, till they get saved, I'm not going to do that. Right? So if you stand like that, you because when you passed your test of faithfulness, this is a test of faithfulness. This is so. In the Bible says, the man went away and came back and called all the people, and they gave, and oh, you given 2 talents, oh, you given me 5 talents. They all returned back with profit, right? Then that man tells those owner tells them, oh, well done, my faithful servant. So faithfulness here is required. God is testing every worker their faithfulness. When you are faithful to God, then He says, I've given you this city. Till then, you have not still received that word from God. That word comes after you pass the test of faithfulness. Then God says, oh, my servant, faithful servant, I have given you this city. When that comes, I have given you this city, you become the authority holder. Right? Like right now you have the authority because you are sent. But you have the authority. You must protect your position. That is what holding. You must hold what is being given to you. So your position, you need to protect your position. Never give up. How dangerous it is now. Giving up your position is a dangerous thing. Is as dangerous as giving up souls to the devil. So not only your cities I'm talking about, it's every ministry in the church also. Yeah. So it's not only ministries I'm talking about, even in not only cities I'm talking about, even every ministry in the church. There is like a youth ministry. If youth ministry is given to you, you have to very, very firm about the ministry which has been given to you. Never let go. So no matter what the problem comes, people will die who we don't want you as a leader. So many times people don't like the leaders. Even for Moses, they always had they don't want Moses. That's why Moses is a little bit hesitant when God asked him to go. Talk to elders of Israel. Moses says, why me, God, send someone else? Because the reason why he faced rejection one time. Because they told, when he was trying to support Egyptian and they're fighting, and he tried to support next time two Israelites were fighting, they tried to wire fighting, they tried to settle the dispute. Then, who are you? Who is a ruler? Who are you to say? So that word really, he was offended, he was hurt. So that's why he thought they might not accept me as their leader. So when God is sending them, God sends someone. So I am telling you, always people don't like if you are taking youth ministry, children ministry, women ministry, men ministry, orphanage ministry, whatever. In the beginning, people won't like you. But that is one way of bringing discouragement to you. The enemy wants you to say that word from your mouth. Okay, I don't want to be. Never say that word. You know, in the beginning, when Sister Leah was with me, I was going through a lot of troubles that time. A lot of rejection I was going through. Then I said to Sister Leah, okay, I don't want to do this, I let it go. Then immediately she's so serious, when that I was spoken that word, very serious she became. And then she said, how dangerous words you spoken just now, she said. What was that? I did not know seriousness of those words. Then I said, actually what you are telling is, you are giving up this country. That's serious it is. So you should never give up your vision. So then I said, I apologized, I repented, I said sorry to God. God, I don't want to leave this, God. You've given me no way. I'm not going to leave it. This vision, no matter whatever problem comes, whatever humiliation, whatever rejection, I'm going to stay. I will stay strong. So like that, every one of you hold on to your position, whatever the position given to you. Even it is a small work, a big work, whatever the work entrusted to you, hold on to that work. Never ever give up because of trials. Okay? So one time I was telling God also like that. I was saying, my spirit is talking to the spirits of many lost souls, and I know they were crying for deliverance. People might not cry from them physically, but I know the cry of their heart. Their hearts were crying, somebody come and help us and release us from this bondage. So my spirit was talking to those spirits, and I was telling them, I'm coming, I'm not leaving you. I was telling to them, I'm coming, don't worry, I'm coming, I'm not leaving you. I'm not letting you to go to hell. No matter what happened to me, no matter whatever problems come, but I'm coming. I was telling, Jesus was also, I remember, that's how Jesus did. That's how Jesus did. When he was on this earth, he was talking to all our spirits, even though we were not born that time. He was speaking to all of our spirits. Don't worry, I'm coming. I'll get you. I will never let you go to the hell. I will get you. So that's why when you are singing that song, I remember always reckless love of God. The reckless love of God. Even the mountain. What is that word? Mountain, lie, no mountain can stop you. He's coming. What is that song called? In the reckless love, those words tell me, exact words.
Those shadows you won't ride up,
yes.
Mountains you won't climb.
Yes.
Running after me.
Huh? What is that? I'm coming. What that word? Exact word?
Coming after me. No shadow.
Because coming after you. That's what. So no shadow, no mountain, no light is coming after you. I'm coming after you. Right? So Jesus is so faithful. So faithfully he fought for all of us. So we are like him. Faithfully will fight. No matter what happens, never leave souls. Okay? So now in the city, God placed a group like now in a Brampton City, right? Brampton City, Brother Dennis there, Shala and Nora Lita, Daniel, and Anata, Philip, Rebecca, Joshua, Satish, Prabhati. God placed you there, you know. So you guys need to hold your authority in the city. So because God put you there, it means you are the owners for that city, you are the watchman for that city, so that you are like a, God told Joshua, I've given you Canaan, go and possess, drive out those nations. So God is telling you today, go into your city, drive out those demons from your city. And you possess it. Don't let the enemy possess, you possess it, but drive out those demons. So that's the job God has given you in your city. As a group, you stay there every week. You stay there. Every week when you are coming together, you come together with this kind of attitude. We are the watchmen and we are the owners of this city. So we are getting together here today. To do what? To do what? Drive out. So, so you are the people to unlock, loose, and bind. So it is like for you, for God, you are the channels. For God, you are the gates. For heaven, you are the gates. So when you open the gates, heaven is going to come. The blessings of heaven is going to come. Healing is going to come. Deliverance is going to come. God is going to release angels into your city. You are the people who has to open the gates. Like, in the olden days, cities are surrounded by the city walls. So that's why the wall is the city gates and wall, right? So no one it has a control now. So no one can enter in. They have to enter through the gate. So gate is the main. So you have a control. So God placed you at the gate. So you have to open or you have to close. So praise and worship, when you go there and do praise and worship, open the gate. You are opening the gate for heaven to flow into your city. For the living waters to flow into your city. That's why praise and worship is the key in every time when you get together. More and more lift up Jesus, praise Him. And second thing, intercession. When you intercede, as I said, unless you ask for the will of God to happen, God do not work in the city. So you are letting God to bring His will upon. That's why you need to intercede. Do intercession in your city. Do praise and worship in your city. So that's why I'm coming. I'm also coming to your cities. The reason why I'm coming is I'm not going to give up. That's my foothold. I'm taking that. And I'm coming because God given me those cities. So I'm not going to give up those cities no matter. That's why I'm coming in between. So when I'm coming with that attitude, you also stay with the same attitude in your city. This is my city. Okay? So slowly, step by step, you started holding authority. So authority, at one time, you cannot hold all the authority. God has won so much of authority, means whole world is under Him. But as a Zion Fellowship Church, we hold lot of authority. As an apostle, Alan Vincent, because we are under him, the delegation of his authority is upon the church. So the actual apostolic authority is like nations. We have authority over nations. But how much you are holding, that much work only can be seen in your city. So you don't need to get confused how much I have authority. Your authority is shown in the work. The work, what is happening in your city, that is will show the level of authority we are holding in the city. So I'm not saying that you do not have any authority. No, you already holding some authority, but you need to increase in your levels of authority. So the work will only tell you the level of your authority in your city. Okay, so do it, and main thing, burden. You need to have burden for your cities, burden for the lost souls. If you keep praying, God is going to open doors for you. God will tell you how to reach out to the souls. So for example, for me, outreach work, how I do outreach work is like, for me actually I don't need to go and reaching out and knocking the door and telling or going into streets and evangelizing. I don't do that, but somehow God is opening doors. Somehow contacts, I get contacts, lot of contacts. Mainly people call me, like not only people from Christians and people from other religions also, right? Mostly Hindus, till now I see Hindus call me. So when they call me because of their needs, like they needed a healing and some problem in their home, they call me for that, right? So what I pray for them, I pray like with love, like I take care of them, I pray for them, I counsel them, and but after I hung up and I pray for their souls to get saved. I lift them up. God, somehow you reach them, So because I pray for them, somehow they'll get attracted again. They call again, I pray for them again. Like little by little, like that, slowly you try to open them up and see, tell the gospel, preach the gospel, make sure they get saved. After they get saved, talk to them about, listening to the word, and that will encourage you, that will strengthen your faith. Like slowly open them for discipling. But don't tell them that you need to be disciple or like that. But just slowly, indirectly talking will make them to open up themselves for discipling. Then that time they're ready to attend cell groups. So in cell groups, mainly what you do is, when you get together, you take care of pray for the city, pray for the souls in the city, according to the leading, however the leading you get. So follow that, and you are taking it, disciple, if new people come, start discipling them. Anything? Yeah? That's it. Cell group means is a ruling, the people that rule the city. Through their intercession, through their praise and worship, they bring the power of God into the city, they bring the presence of God into the city. That's how they rule in the city. Like, actually, you're bringing God's rule into the city, because you don't do your agenda there. You only do what God is asking you to do. So that means actually you're bringing His rule, not you. Even when you are there also, you need to fight for yourself not to come. You have to fight that yourself should not interfere, should not enter. You have to fight that the devil should not take hold. So as you fight yourself, and only you do the will of God, only you do the Father's will, then when you do it, you cannot bring man's rule there, you cannot bring devil rule there, you can only bring God's rule into the city. Some people who are under the influence of that demon will be released. And the demon categories will be there. A small demon, big, like that. You know. So if one small demon knocked out, at least few souls will come. If a little bigger demon knocked out, more souls will come. Little bigger, more souls, that's how it is. When authority means that they must surrendering to you, submitting to you. So that's what it is. Right? So concentrate on souls, lost souls. Pray, just pray. That's all. Pray. Intercession only. Constantly in your daily personal lives also. In my prayer life, usually I don't pray for myself at all. My prayer is full of souls only. My prayer will be every day. Souls in Canada, I important. I need to get them. I need to reach them. Because your Father will take care of you. Okay? Jesus, we thank you, Lord, for this time, Lord Jesus, as we are going, and Lord, be with us and lead us, Lord, and make us, Lord, firm in our callings, Lord. Firm in this vision, be rooted and grounded in this vision, Lord, that we will not be shaken by any attacks or any trials what we go through, Lord Jesus. God, we want to win souls. Lord, we want souls, Lord. Lord, which you, Lord, entrusted to us before even we were born, Lord Jesus. You entrusted souls to us, Lord. Lord, we want to reach out to them, Father. We want them, Lord. Lord, each one here, Father God, you called them for many souls, Lord Jesus. They're answerable to many souls, Lord. Lord, you put them firmly in their callings, Lord Jesus. Lead them, guide them in every day life, Lord Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.